All right, so quick update for this week. This video is not going to be very long. Something I've tried definitely this week was a little bit of there's a Netflix show, Better Late Than Single, and I've made some reels on those, and I'm not so sure how I feel about it. I don't feel like it's entertaining. When I do my own storytelling, that one's so easy. I feel like that one's so easy. But now that I'm trying to cater and tailor something, I'm not as good at doing that. Like trying to analyze and give my comments on the TV show. I find myself, I don't know if it's overthinking, but I really care about context. And so that's what I'm trying to paint. And I'm not so sure how many people care about that context. Slash, I'm not good at telling it in a way that grabs attention. I would rather think about it in the latter, where I'm just not good at it yet. So what I really like to watch on YouTube is what I've learned, but I'm kind of a nerd, so I like the details. But I do get to the point, especially with some entertainment, especially as I'm trying to scroll more on Instagram, trying to get to learn what the culture is like, or watching YouTube shorts, whatever it may be, I find myself skipping over the more detailed ones unless it really interests me. And so maybe it's also okay to just cater to the nerds, if that makes sense, like with heavy context. And maybe I'm letting the numbers game get to me where it's not performing as well as I wanted it to. Maybe it takes time. Maybe I need more content. The show's over now. And so there's a part of me that wants to skip to the end. I was doing it by episode, and I think that's still okay. There's a theme that I really want to talk about in the show. So maybe that's something I will focus on next week. This week was a little busy because a lot of my friends were moving on campus. I haven't been able to analyze the show as much as I wanted to, but that's the other thing. Like, do I really need to analyze the show that much? And now that it has passed, part of me is just like, the trend's over. I do think there's still many lessons to glean from it. So I'm thinking what I want to do next. I'm thinking of doing more, but this really depends on my girlfriend too, because the thing that performs well, especially on Instagram, is when I share about the questions I do back and forth with my girlfriend. Like, she asks me a question and I answer. And so there's these posts that say like, girlfriend asks me blah. Obviously, I think in general, the relationship stuff, even when I tell my stories, tend to do better. And so I'm trying to figure out what works and whether I want to I don't know if working on my strength is the way to describe it. And I think it's fine. If I'm going to do more relationship content, I do not want to make it difficult for my girlfriend, right? I don't want to make it worse. I don't know if worse is the right way to put it. Like, I don't want to be reliant on her participation, especially when again, like, I don't want to force content to happen. I think it'd be a different story. Maybe I'll have a conversation with her because I do enjoy sharing these questions with her. And right now I've been posting every day. And maybe if I post not as often, then perhaps, yeah, it's just been one of those things where like, I'm not sure what direction I want to take that specifically in. Yeah, maybe I'll share with my girlfriend and see what she thinks. Because at least that gets the most eyes. And I think as people hear more about it, they get to know more about me and my views on relationships. And as a result, when I talk about relationship coaching, they might be more, it's like, that's the audience, that's the people that I would probably want to reach. So that's the other questions. It's like, how much am I playing the numbers game versus is it enough? I've been growing followers steadily. I actually don't know what the rate has been, but it's been over 35 days and I have 87 followers on Instagram. YouTube is struggling more with subscriptions, and I think that's just the nature of the platform on YouTube. Subscriptions, I think I have to ask for subscriptions to help me grow. It's like one of those call to actions because subscribing, I don't know. I think on Instagram, it's a lot easier just to say, oh, I want to see more of this content, so I follow. But on YouTube, subscriptions don't necessarily mean that you'll get more of that content per se. It's literally, if you watch it, then you'll get more of that same content. At least that's what I've noticed. Like, the YouTube For You page used to be all your subscriptions, but they've changed it to create a different reach. I do personally like that better too. I do miss some of my subscription posts. Like, there is a page on YouTube just to look at the updates from your subscriptions. It's separate from your main page. So it's kind of interesting how YouTube is a little different. It's something I'm navigating. But yeah, I'm also preparing to move and whatnot and everything. And so things have been, I don't know if different's the right way to describe it. Posting every day is still something I'm okay doing. I think I'm definitely getting better at it. Just depends on what I want to share. If I want to share about Better Late Than Single, that is a lot tougher. And so I might, if I'm going to try more things, I'm happy to try more things and happy to figure things out as I'm doing it. And so maybe I will work on that next week. maybe not. Maybe I'll focus more on my girlfriend stuff. Consistently posting things, my interactions with my girlfriend. And again, getting her permission, whether she's on board, things like that. And so with that, I don't want this video to be too long. I have other things to do today where like weekends. So I'm posting this on the weekend. I typically work on this on Friday, but today I worked on it Saturday morning. And typically my Saturday ritual was playing board games with friends. And so we have board games this afternoon, probably dinner together. And before I'm moving, like trying to hang out with friends and stuff and whatnot before I leave. So with that, I'll catch you next time. Thank you for watching and following my journey. I'll keep posting. Bye-bye.